welcome to the first episode of The Spinner of Scares.
Somewhere in a small Kansas home lies an instrument of torment and terror. A device filled with a constantly changing collection of terrible horror movies to rot the minds and souls of its users. Dollar Tree trash, used DVD store filth, and Goodwill garbage abandoned by their previous victims. All of these films must be watched and reviewed until the end of time. This is the Wheel of the Worst. I mean, the Spinner of Scares.
In this new, completely original web series, we will be taking 7 horrible horror movies and using this wheel to select 3 of them to watch and review. In every episode, we will replace the 3 movies we already watched with 3 new movies. And this will go on forever until we commit suicide to the torture of this series. Every episode will have a guest. Right here is our guest, Abel. Say hi, Abel. Okay. So, we have our 7 horror movies selected today, and I think we should go over them. So, our first horror movie is The Revenge of Roberts, based on the true story of a haunted doll. Killing is child's play. I see what they did there. Alright. Our next movie is Clowntown. Enough said, really. Next film is High Plains Invaders. No one invited them. Nothing can stop them. Right. The next film is Sheborg. Part woman, part machine, total destruction. Of course, our next film is Werewolves of the Third Reich. Half werewolf, half Nazi, total terror. That is the exact same line from Sheborg. Of course, our next film is the classic, perfect film, if you ask me, masterpiece, Bone Jangles. When bones rattle, blood will flow. Now, you're not going to be able to read the plot synopsis for any of these unless you land on them, but let me tell you, you need to land on Bone Jangles. That is the goal of today's episode, is landing on Bone Jangles. And of course the final film being Joker's Poltergeist. No one's laughing now. And today, since the first episode, we have 2 bonus films. These 2 seemingly blank VHS tapes I found at Goodwill that may or may not contain a recording of a murder or child pornography or maybe just a family gathering that someone would record. Who knows? One of these is probably blank because there's no tape on this side, but this one has to have something on it because this has obviously been tampered with because it has tape on one side. So we'll have to see. We'll have to find out. Well, Abel, are you ready to take the first ever spin on the Spinner of Scares?
Yes, sir.
All right, go, do it. Oh my God. Clowntown! Yes, what an excellent choice, Abel. All right, so movie number 1 is Clowntown. Let's read the plot synopsis. Clowntown, a must-see for fans of killer clown movies. A group of friends get stranded in a seemingly abandoned town and find themselves stalked by a violent gang of psychopaths dressed as clowns. That's it. That's the plot synopsis.
Wow. I can't wait to see it.
Oh, also, I didn't mention this, but one of the spots is a player's choice. So if you land on the choice, you get to choose whatever movie you want to watch. All right, Abel, let's go for that second spin. Joker's Poltergeist. Okay. We're 2 for 2 with the clown movies.
See, there's a theme in this video.
Theme. Alright. Well, so far I'm happy with our choices. Alright. Joker's Poltergeist. Inspired by true events. You're going to want to sit down for this plot synopsis. Alright, you sat down, everybody. After a clown-masked assailant guns down Aurora Palace's friends and family, the resilient theater owner fights to reopen her business. Formidable foes in the form of politicians and anti-gun activists seek to stop her, but they are the least of her concern, as something from the beyond intends to eliminate more than just a theater business.
You know, the same thing happened to my aunt's garden.
Oh, is she the true story? Alright. Okay, one more spin, and if we don't land on Bojangles, the series is canceled, so better make it count. No pressure. Oh my god. Fuck. What's it? High Plains Invaders. Alright. Bojangles! Thank God. Alright, well, this is a great episode. Alright, you're gonna want to like lay down, you're gonna want to like get in the hospital chair and just be ready for a heart attack after you read this plot synopsis. Bojangles. One hell of a crazy ride. This is a throwback horror done right. Quote by James DePalo, Wicked Channel. I don't know what that is. Anyway, Bojangles. Fight the curse with something worse.
Oh.
While transporting the legendary serial killer Bojangles, that's his name, to an asylum, a group of police officers break down in a town cursed with demons and zombies.
Oh.
The only way they can survive the night and save the town is to release Bojangles to help them fight off this ancient supernatural threat.
I've never been more excited to see something in my life.
I think you can assume why we still want to do this like this. So this might be, this is pretty close to probably the best lineup we possibly could have hoped for. So our movies are Clowntown, Joker's Poltergeist, Bojangles, and child pornography. Pretty good setup for the first episode. Alright, so let's watch these movies.
God damn it, boy! Pay attention to me when I was talking to you. I had sex once.
Ooh, I do not like the looks of this fog. It's gonna mess up my dew and give me the frazzles for sure.
Vengeance is mine!
Oh shit, call me surprised.
Do something that he's coming right for us.
Relax, Sugar Tinsel. Clint's got this.
Oh, snap.
Well, well, what we got here, Eustace? Looks like we got one of them, what do you call them? Lady boys. Mm-hmm.
Handle you think you're dried and useless ass can like me?
But I'll still have sex, right?
Hey, Clint, what you doing?
What the hell's it look like I'm doing, Dingleberry? I'm getting the hell out of here.
But now, why?
Alright, let's talk Bojangles. I guess we should start with, let's just go around. Xavier, what are your thoughts on the classic, hopefully at someday, Oscar nominated. Hopefully they'll look back and realize, guys, I think we made a mistake. I think we left out Bone Jangles. What do you think of this classic film? Bone Jangles.
Really, within the first 2 minutes of the movie, I fell in love. Like the opening scene, it has this guy who's just sitting there doing his job. He's all alone. And then he just out of nowhere, Bone Jangles shows up. And he kills him, you know. I know, I'm sorry for spoiling.
The audio cuts out, you just hear him whack.
Yeah. He kills him. From that moment, I knew that Bojangles was something special. And then the other epiphany moment was they were all sitting in their police room, in their conference room, and just out of nowhere, this black gay guy comes in, and he's the most stereotypical black gay guy you've ever seen.
He's the most flamboyant gay I've ever seen in the movie.
We are dealing with a severely depleted police force, namely the three of you and a new transfer who should be here at any moment. Officer...
Hi.
Juan Larumba?
Nice to meet you. Kisses, and kisses to you, and kisses to you, and kisses to you, Mr. Boss Man.
Right.
It was just like, he was a South Park character. It was phenomenal.
No bars. How am I supposed to update my Instagram when I ain't got no bars? Worst trip ever.
It was really, you just have to watch it. You really just have to watch Bojangles. That's all I have for now. I'll chime in with other people's experiences.
Alright, Abel, what do you have to think about Bojangles?
Well, I have to say, I've seen 3 pairs of boobs in my life, and that was the most insane thing I've ever seen.
Were all 3 of those pair of boobs from Bojangles?
Yes, actually, yes. My favorite scene had to be the ending. It had everything you need in the ending fight scene. Blowjob, lightning,
yes,
and a house exploded.
Yes.
10 out of 10.
What the hell is going on? I don't know!
Let's not forget the part where the boobs were stabbed by a machete, and it's just...
The stabbing boob shots were the perfect shots. The best shots out of the entire movie.
It's genius setup.
It's phenomenal.
Alright, Derek, what do you have to think about Bojangles?
It was the weirdest freaking movie I've ever seen in my life. And that's a compliment because it was entertaining and that's what a movie has to be. I don't know. It was pretty freaking funny. That gay guy was the best part of it because if
he did save the day.
He did save the day.
Are you kidding me? You nailed that son bitch like a 5-point buck. Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, you didn't. That's what you get for messing with my man.
I think they wanted to show the black and gay community how much pride and...
I really appreciate that they didn't
Yeah.
kill him off first in the horror movie.
I thought he was
though.
going to die within the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's what usually happens.
They didn't kill off any of the main characters, and I think that's crazy. That was the last thing I expected in this movie. Except for whatever his name was, Hand Guy. That's
Chad.
what I call him.
I think he was just Chad.
He killed himself though.
Oh my god, Clint?
That's right. I'm back, baby, and I'm better than ever.
Okay. Yeah, Ash from Evil Dead did kill himself.
Yeah, they did represent the gay guy really respectably. They didn't kill him off. They just had him get gangbanged by 2 Southerners for 90% of the movie.
Larumba? You're alive?
You know it, sweetie. thanks to these two stub muffins here.
Kenzie, what do you think of Bone Jangles?
Yeah, I thought it was pretty great. There were a lot of sex scenes though, which was
I like
awesome.
really added to the quality of the movie.
The one scene where they're both having sex in the tent.
Yeah,
it's hard because to Bone Jangles just staring.
He's respectfully waiting for them to finish though. So
It was very respectful. He let the two confess their love to each other before he tried to murder them.
that really
All right. Anything else?
the unironically funny death scenes where he just slammed people into walls and, or grabbed their faces and suddenly they were dead. So that was pretty great.
Thank you and have a pleasant evening.
What? What the hell is wrong with this town?
But yeah, how about you?
Well, let me tell you, Bone Jangles really jangled me to my bone, you know? I like how, like, 90% of the scenes just cut to black. Like, they don't transition.
Very smooth transition.
Cut to black. In one part, it, like, faded to black, and then it cut to an even darker black.
I didn't notice that.
Anything else that we? I mean, like, I don't.
I mean, overall, it's really. You can go first. There.
I like the virginity motif in the movie.
Oh yeah, like no one shuts up on everyone's a virgin.
Randy, there's no shame in you still being a virgin, right? Oh, no, actually, there kind of is. But you don't have to lie to me about it. Hold on. You said your nephew is a virgin?
That's right.
Everyone was a virgin in the movie.
All right, can we talk about the Heath Ledger?
Okay.
This is this one fat guy who comes out of nowhere halfway through the movie. He talks exactly like how Heath Ledger does in The Dark Knight. Probably better though. Probably has a much better performance, debatably.
The two of you made a very attractive couple, if you don't mind my saying.
Thanks.
Yes, she is quite the looker. I am sure you and her had all kinds of formal relations in the back of her daddy's station wagon.
And he just gives exposition for like 15 minutes. It's just 15 minutes.
Just non-stop exposition.
So long. It felt way longer than that.
When he does like a flashback during the exposition, and right when the flashback ends, you think it's over, and there's like 5 more minutes of exposition.
Oh, Bone Jangles' one weakness was getting laid. He had to protect his weenie.
Yes. Bone Jangles' weakness is having sex because his father had sex with like a witch, and that's how Bone Jangles is immortal apparently, as long as he stays a virgin.
Yeah.
She put some kind of voodoo hex on me, the result of which was your unholy birth. That's why you can't die. But you're vulnerable during sex. Never forget that, boy. Protect your wee winky. Protect your wee winky.
So he got a blowjob and then died, so.
Oh, that's the
That would make more sense. That would make more
Okay.
sense now.
It's a genius movie. I just now got it.
Wow.
I also
Really makes you think.
It really makes you think.
The guy's name is Bone Jangles because what he does is he only did it once, but it was enough for us to know what he was doing. Is he rips out the bones of the people he kills
and puts it into a pocket and passes it.
That's my good buddy.
and then they jangle off of it.
Jangle.
Bone Jangles.
And then the police don't take it in as evidence when they capture Bone Jangles.
He killed like they said he killed over 100 people, but like they didn't. His weakness is also electricity, but not like to the extent that it can kill him. But you would think they would have like tried to put him in the electric chair or something.
Yeah,
or
they give all these methods on how they like try killing him.
Like if
but
he's
they never mention the electric chair.
if he's immortal, then like he doesn't need to eat or anything, so they could have just put him in a concrete block. And what's Bone Jangles gonna do? Is he gonna dig out with his bones? No, he's stuck.
Oh, and when they're transporting Bone Jangles to the asylum, they didn't take his bones away. He wasn't even restrained. He's like tied up to the ceiling, to the roof of the van, and he just has his bones jangling off of him.
I was looking at Bone Jangles like costume design. And I did actually kind of like it, except for like the bottom half of his face, because I couldn't tell if it was like a bloody beard or if it was bloody flesh. It was so hard to look at.
Is Bone Jangles black or white? Because
bone.
His bone. I think that was bone on his like top head.
Because like he looks black, but his dad is white, and I swear I saw white skin. Like he was wearing blackface and he had white skin on his neck.
Also,
Oh yeah, there was blackface chasing down a girl.
He just ripped off her clothes and just kept running off.
I think we need to point out that the main plot of the movie is that there's like a zombie outbreak in this town.
Every year.
Every year. That was caused by a succubus, which ties into the sex and being a virgin motif, because whoever she had sex with would come back to life. But I think that, at least that's what I understood. But what made it strange is that there was like 50 people, and there's guys and girls, and there's just so many of them every year.
She was going around. She was the whore of the town.
Then there was Courtney. How are we not talking about Courtney? I don't want to talk about
I don't want to talk about Courtney.
Jesus Christ, who the hell are you?
I'm Courtney, but you can call me the juice like everybody else does.
He just sat there and watched as the
What was up with his skin? Was that bandages or was his skin peeling?
I think, yeah. I
think it's skin peeling.
He kind of looked like Steve from Stranger Things. Am I the only one who thought that?
I didn't
Well,
Which one's
yeah,
Steve?
no, I don't watch Stranger Things.
Like the babysitter, bully guy.
Oh, yeah. Crazy hairdo
Yeah.
thing. Yep.
Like him.
A little bit.
I was terrified that wasn't recording. I tried to play it off like I was just moving that, but I just want to leave it. I was absolutely horrified that wasn't recording.
Can't think of any more things to talk about in Bone Jangles.
There's like an infinite amount of things, Xavier.
It's real,
Just a lot of sex scenes and murdering.
it really is
Pretty
all,
much
all
the basis.
There's this one scene where the guy yells, there's 4 people and they're all having fun at a campsite, and Bone Jangles shows up. He starts killing them, and then it's just this guy and this girl left, and he's like, I'm gonna go distract him. And then he starts playing his guitar, and he's like, she's over here, and then throws the guitar to Bone Jangles, and then Bone Jangles starts beating the girl to death.
I'm gonna make a distraction when I do that. You run.
You do that for me?
Don't worry about me. Just get out of here, buddy, okay? Just get out.
Thank you.
Hey, she's over here! You can use this on her.
And like right before that, there's like a 20-second scene where he's playing his guitar about
Singing about
Bojangles.
I knew a man, his name was Bone Jangles. He'd stab you in your ass with a huge fucking knife. He runs so fast, runs so far, but he'll still get you. He had mangled face and bloodied hands, hanging bones, that old boogeyman. Mr. Bone Jangles, Mr. Bone Jangles, he'll still kill you all. What? You guys have never heard that song?
The Bone Jangles soundtrack was very good though. A lot of original pieces. Yeah.
Like I went into Wheel of whatever I can't call it
Spinner
Wheel
of
of
Scares.
Spinner of Scares. I went into Spinner of Scares thinking the movies were going to be awful and unbearable, but Bone Jangles is now my favorite movie ever made.
It did not disappoint.
That lived up to my expectations, which I was not expecting it to.
Exactly what I wanted from that movie.
No whole lot of demons though.
Yeah, where were the demons?
Yeah.
I think the succubus was the demon.
Yeah, but succubus is
As
a
well
demon.
as the cops didn't like let him go, he escaped.
Yeah.
And they didn't team up, they just did their own thing.
It was a lie. We were lied to. Good Bone Jangles
So-
lied to us.
That was gonna be an epic battle scene at the end. It was just blowjob.
It was just a blowjob and lightning, and then it was over. So.
Well,
again, ties into the motif that sex is bad. And they'll kill
Bone
you.
Jangles says one thing the entire movie, and it's basically that: "Don't have sex with me," and then he kills. He kills them.
Protect your wee winky boy.
We working outside.
He did yell that one time.
Yeah.
Man, there's so many very what's the word? Subtle motifs of virginity and other themes. You might need to rewatch Bone Jangles to find everything that they hid. It's like one of those movies like Hereditary and The Thing, where you just have to keep watching it because it's a masterpiece.
Yeah.
You have
Yeah.
to find everything the filmmakers subtly hit.
You notice something different each time you watch it.
Yeah. So, would we recommend Bone Jangles?
Yes. Yes.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
for sure. Family movie night?
Yes.
Yes. I guess we're gonna move on to Joker's Poltergeist, based on a true story. You're gonna be gone by the time we're done watching, right? Right, that's sad. And are you gonna be here?
And then we're gonna head out after the Joker Poltergeist.
After you explain your opinions.
Yes,
Okay,
yes, we'll do the review.
good. All right, that's about it. Let's
Joker's
get on
Poltergeist.
Joker.
Why are my hands tied down?
William's been arrested. You shouldn't like guns!
No!
You shouldn't like guns! You shouldn't like guns!
You shouldn't like guns. You shouldn't like guns.
You shouldn't like guns!
You shouldn't like guns.
You shouldn't like guns! You shouldn't like guns! You shouldn't like guns! You shouldn't like guns! You shouldn't like guns!
But remember, I will be watching you.
Body.
Who's screwing with me?
And you've got such a nice big cock.
Thank God.
Mayor. What?
You were found unconscious in your car.
Hey, my arms aren't tied up.
Of course not.
Thank you. Thank you.
Don't thank me.
Thank this knife. Because you shouldn't like guns! You shouldn't like guns! You shouldn't like guns! You shouldn't like...
So, Joker's Poltergeist. Xavier, can you explain the plot of Joker's Poltergeist?
Dude, I don't want to start this one. I can't. I literally can't start
Anyone say the plot of Joker's Poltergeist?
Basically, Inception with clowns and sex scenes. But a lot more dream sequences.
A single sex.
So many dream sequences. It's constantly waking up from a dream.
Oh my god. It's like how many layers deep did Inception get? 4 at max?
That was like 7.
This is like 10. Okay, so basically, there is... this is actually a very nice film dedicated to all the people who've lost their lives in mass shootings. And to dedicate this movie, they had an action scene where 20 people got murdered in a theater. I got dressed as a clown. And I think this was released like 2 years after the Dark Knight shooting. Where I think that guy also had... Didn't he like make himself look like a clown?
He had like orange hair.
Yeah, he had like orange hairs, yeah. Very, tasteful. So I guess then the clown shooter haunts the theater and they try to reopen it. And then this white girl like dreams 10 times. They, for like 5 minutes, they have this gun debate.
Yeah.
Nowhere.
It's not even like a debate.
With Saul
Like,
Goodman.
guns are bad. Bad.
You want to be able to legally carry a concealed weapon? Yes. That law changed a year ago, and you know it. You cannot carry a concealed weapon, and you cannot hire armed guards to do so. We cannot have that. We want less guns in the community.
Gun bad. It's like I guess the protagonists are defending guns, and then there's 2 libtards. I'm sure that was their name. The cats. The credits. 2 total libtards. See how bad guns are, and a very aggressive and vocal audience yelling how bad guns are. It goes. It's like one person like, yeah, they should just close this place to dedicate it to all people who died here, and the next person, this place should fucking burn.
Lives? You want to talk about lives? My son was killed here. He was killed because some maniac legally bought an automatic weapon. I not only want this place closed, I want it demolished. I want closure.
Theater.
Burn this place to the fucking ground! You hear me?
Oh my god.
They have the sensei, one of the senseis from Karate Kid.
And Moroni from Dark Knight.
Yeah.
So
A-list.
But what happens is that these guys show up on the screen and then they say gibberish.
These 2 people just keep showing up on the TV screen, on the projector. They don't actually project them on the TV screen, they just edit them in post.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
We'll talk about the production.
And they just babble absolute nonsense. I mean, it's nothing.
One long Matthew McConaughey card.
You made me one of them, but I'm gonna make them one of me. What?
They look at me. They can't see what I've become, what I've transformed into. But they still think I'm one of them. But I'll make them one of us.
Okay.
Liar. Get a liar.
And he's a liar.
Whose fault? Who's a liar?
He's a liar, Aurora. You need to see it.
James is the liar.
One more.
One more. Your father's not a liar. You can't be saying he's a liar!
Okay.
There's a big liar motif in this movie.
So, these people didn't know how to edit movies. Oh my god, there were so many technical errors. Like I can't even explain how they messed them up. Like,
it's so simple to fix.
So, like, the lady is, like, on her computer watching a video, and she has it projected onto the projector, which I don't know how, because it's not connected to the projector. It's, like, 100 feet away from it. But, like, people will fade out of her laptop, and it'll go to green screen, and, like, the projector will still be normal footage. And, like, I don't even know, like...
It's kind of hard to explain.
Yeah, it's hard to explain. Hopefully I can burn this disc and show everything.
Perfectly well edited was the sex scene for some reason.
Yeah.
There's also this guy who was very adamant that it kept being shown.
Oh yeah, one of the gun dudes.
Saul Goodman.
Saul Goodman. Let's watch this. Let's see where this goes.
What is the 6th church?
Philadelphia.
What is the 7th? Bob's Church. The 7th and Final
Get this slut off the screen now!
No. Leave it on. Record this.
I think it was a very bold move for a handful of the cast members to have blackface on through the entire movie.
Yeah, there was like half blackface at points.
Very good.
Like, it's so hard to talk about this movie because
it's so bizarre.
There's nothing going on.
Finessing my dog.
There's like
there was like dialogue just throughout the whole movie. There was like barely any points where there was like no talking, but I got nothing from the dialogue.
Useful.
You freaking the girl, the main character in one of the opening scenes, she has a schizophrenic attack. She has two schizophrenic attacks. The first, she almost shoots her boyfriend in the head, and then her boyfriend is like nonchalant about it, and they start like cuddling and kissing, like, oh, you're just a Gemini, it's okay.
So quirky.
Whoa, Aurora! It's me. William! Oh my god.
That was scary.
Are you alright?
I felt the wind of the bullet go past my face.
Oh.
Hey. Oh my god. I'm just glad that we're together, okay? It's totally nude.
And then there's another scene, like right after that, she has another schizophrenic episode, and then she thinks a clown is pointing a gun to her head, but then it's just her pointing the gun to her head. But it doesn't make any sense later because the clowns are supposed to be good, so it doesn't make any sense.
We're all trapped here.
All trapped here, Aurora, and it's his fault.
Yeah, like the clowns kill her friends too. So it's you don't know if they're good or not, and I still don't know if they're good or not.
Like there's like a plot twist, but like there's not really a plot, so
There's a twist. She's making the twist, really.
Gosh.
I have to say, solid 3 out of 10.
That's
no, I'm good with the 1.8. That's on IMDb. I think that's pretty good.
I don't know if I can recommend this one.
I'm not gonna have to recommend Joe.
Well, I can recommend it to people who are aspiring filmmakers and who want to know how not to edit.
Yeah, it's like, for me, it's like Bone Jingles was awful, you know, but like it was awful.
Whoa! What did you just say? What did you just say?
I said.
We're gonna Bone Jingles.
Don't talk about Bone
was hilarious, but like It was so entertaining, and it was so just off the walls that you can ignore it. But this movie is just like, there's nothing going on. It's a headache to watch.
It really was.
There's a couple hilarious moments, but it's like, is it really worth it to sit through these clowns kind of standing there, giving each other little kisses, and holding bats and bowling pins and boomerangs?
Like, every scare in the movie is character walks into room, clown is there, character walks away, and the clown doesn't do anything.
Or the clown
walking
disappears.
away, yeah. Like, Bone Jangles, you could probably rewatch Bone Jangles and it would still be hilarious and the greatest movie of all time. This, you watch it once and laugh at like the technical errors and horrible plot, and then never watch it again because you want to blow your brains out.
Whatever happened to Alberto Del Rio? Because he was like there and
yeah,
showed
right.
him getting killed, but if everything was fake, then why did he not show up at any other time in the movie after he got...
No, he did show up on the screen at one point.
Well, on the screen's different from being back in the auditorium and like alive.
Yeah, why did they freaking kill that guy? They were like, oh, I'm gonna suck your cock, and it just fucking kills
I remember that.
Like, give me that meaty cock, boy.
Whoa. Hey, sexy man and the sexy duds.
Who's that?
I love that chest, that body.
Who's screwing with me?
And you've got such a nice big cock.
Aurora? It's way out of character for you.
Come to the control booth and I'll suck that big cock.
Way out of character. Gotcha! The hell?
Supernatural blowjobs and blackface. This could be part of the Bone Jangles cinematic universe, the Jangleverse. I believe.
Remember that guy in the projection room and he scratches his head?
Yes, oh my god. They're watching something on the projector and you can literally see a tech guy on a computer scratching his head. Like, oh man, why am I in this shitty movie?
Well, he's in the shitty movie because he can't edit the
Yeah,
film.
that's why the editor.
I also think I need to point out that the setting is supposed to be in this movie theater, but like, it's obviously just an auditorium from plays. So they got a little counter and put candy on it, and then they set up a projector. But it's like the most basic projector you could possibly set up in an auditorium, and then they tried passing it off as a movie theater.
Oh my lord. Neither of us would recommend Bone Jangles. What'd you guys say?
Probably background noise.
Poltergeist.
Bone Jangles, we recommend Bone Jangles.
Amazing. You need to watch
Yes.
Bone Jangles. This is,
Just watch it to see the bad editing.
Yeah.
If you're into that. Other than that, stay away from it.
You need friends.
Because you're gonna get a headache.
Bone
Yeah,
Jangles,
100%.
you can watch Bone Jangles alone.
Yeah.
You can't watch this alone. You need friends to be with.
I really like the cool guy scene when Saul Goodman came out of his Camaro. It's like, great guitar solo.
It's like immediately after these people were chased by clowns and they run out of the theater, like scared for their lives and talking about it. And all of a sudden you hear this guitar riff and Saul Goodman walks out of his car and walks up to them across the street.
And then they just go back into the theater.
I don't know. But I think we owe it to ourselves and everyone else we lost that day to give it a shot.
Ladies? So, you guys ready to save this place?
After they get chased by these clowns.
How could we forget the scene where he's in, like, there's 3 people, and then one of the girls on the balcony alone, and then one of them, Biscuit, stop eating the pizza. Oh, Oh my gosh.
Was that your pizza?
It was just crust. It wasn't my pizza. I don't know what it was. Anyways, he's freaking. There's 3 people on the floor, 1 person in the balcony, and they're like, "We gotta go get her. Help me, help me!" And then he's saying "help me" to this guy, and he's like, "I don't wanna," and then he punches him. He lifts him back up. He's like, "Help me!" He's like, "No," and he punches him again, and then he just runs away.
Fucking crazy! Just do it! Cluster! Just fucking do it! Stop! Get up! Stop! Stop! Fuck! I can't lose her. Not after everything.
And before that, when they woke up and saw that she was up there, she was like, "How did she get up there?" And I'm like, "I don't know. She doesn't know how she got up there." And then they never explain it.
William!
Aurora, how'd you get up there?
I don't know.
Are you okay?
Yeah. Oh my god, what's going on?
How'd she get to the balcony? She doesn't know.
Oh my lord. So if you want to watch, if you liked Inception, I would definitely recommend this because this really one-ups Inception.
To really show the quality, it's free on Tubi. So.
Oh, that is? I didn't know that.
Well, there's a lot of good movies on Tubi.
There's a couple good movies on Tubi.
There's
a lot of good 80s slashers on Tubi.
Well, I watched Here Comes the Boom on Tubi. So.
Hey, that's a
Alright.
masterpiece.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Alright.
Clown Town.
Oh, jeez.
It can't be worse than Joker's Poker.
You never know with these movies.
It's called Clown Town.
Clown Town.
That was boring.
It's people drive into a town where there happen to be some clowns, and hilarity ensues.
Wasn't enough clowns for it to be considered a town.
There's like,
Yeah, like 6 clowns.
At most.
You would think with that little clowns they could at least like, I don't know, like give them personality, like make them act different, but no, they're all just kind of kooky clowns that kill people.
Kooky
Like,
clowns from Clown Town.
None of the kills are like cool or funny, they just kind of like bash with the crowbar and that's it.
Fuck you, man!
Yeah. I don't even really. I mean, yeah, that's basically what the plot was.
They somehow rented out like an entire town to film in.
It wasn't for much scenes though.
Yeah,
to
for
be
like 5
honest.
minutes. It's like a street. Yeah, that was the clown town. That was all the town there was. The rest was like in a forest or in a cornfield.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't like badly shot or anything.
No, this was definitely like probably the most competently made movie.
It's just, it was so boring.
Yeah, painfully average, as Derek predicted.
Clown Town.
Clown Town.
There's this one character I liked. He was super tough and good guy, and he like sacrificed himself.
Like
King
twice.
Star.
Yeah.
Yeah, he sacrificed himself twice. He sacrificed himself, got stabbed in the gut, and then came back to sacrifice himself again. And he did like the one cool kill of the movie where he throws a guy in a trash compactor.
But even then, it wasn't like gory or anything.
Yeah, just a little bit of blood.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think that movie was worse than Joker's Poltergeist.
Yeah, because at least Joker's Poltergeist made us laugh. That was just a slog. That was only like an hour and 20 minutes. That felt like 2.5 hours.
And like the thing shows an axe murdering clown, and there was one, but he never used his axe to kill anybody. There wasn't enough people for like. I feel like if there was like 100 clowns and like 100 people, and then the clowns were just killing all these people.
Clown Battle Royale.
No, like they would be working together to kill. Like it would still be kind of the same thing like they were doing, except the clowns were like successfully killing a lot more people, because then it would have been actually a town of clowns. It would have actually been a clown town.
Is that chick in the movie at all?
No.
Okay.
Are any of the clowns actually dressed like that, like an actual clown?
No.
No, except for that kid in the beginning.
Oh yeah, every time something scary happens, they have to add in a very loud sound effect to make sure you know that you need to be scared at that moment.
Like the bass drum or the violin,
Like
the
they
usual
have
stuff.
Like they'll have someone walk like way in the background. That probably would be kind of creepy, but it does like a.
Yeah, or someone grabs someone on the shoulder from behind, and then it makes this like the sound. Yeah, exactly.
Unfucking believable.
What's wrong, babe?
Try it again. Man,
Are we out of gas?
it's not even turning over. It doesn't sound like no gas to me.
Sounds more like a dead battery.
Clown Town.
Were there any funny parts in this movie? I feel like there were like one. I can't remember though. Must not have been
The
that
beginning of the movie is literally just Halloween, like the first 15 minutes.
Yeah.
It takes place in a Strode household, and the
Yeah.
kid who dresses as a clown and stabs.
Just no mask though.
You think the kid stabs a babysitter, but then it turns out that it was actually the kid's mom. It's like a Friday the 13th thing going on.
You don't want to disappoint Mommy now, do you?
Yeah, but it's like no one cares anyway.
Yeah.
And we don't meet this lady until like
15 minutes until the movie ends.
Yeah. So it's like whatever. It's like meeting well, in Friday the 13th, like it sort of made sense, but they did it first too. Like this is just a copy of Halloween and Friday the 13th. Like, oh man, the kid's mom is the killer. It's not actually, you know, the kid.
Clown Town.
Clown Town.
Clown Town.
Alright, so are we gonna watch those VHS tapes? Do we actually care?
We can watch the one that you think was tampered with, I guess.
Are we actually gonna...
I don't want to set it up.
Yeah, okay.
Oh,
there could be like a
okay.
kid getting brutally murdered on that tape. I don't care. I don't want to watch. I don't want to mess with that.
I'm
right now.
kind
I
of,
wanna go to
yeah,
bed. Alright.
I understand.
So, would you guys recommend Clown Town?
No.
'Cause I wouldn't.
Sadly, no. You would really think that a movie called Clown Town would have
Yeah.
been the best of the bunch, besides Bone Jangles, of course. But
I thought this was gonna be better than Joker's Poltergeist.
Me too.
But it wasn't. It was. I'm so tired now.
It was more competently made, but that just led to its downfall because it
Yeah.
was so painfully.
It just blends in with the rest of the other
Yeah.
crappy, boring horror movies that all rip off of each other.
yeah, for me, it really felt like this was the exact movie that the makers of Cabin Fever, not Cabin Fever, Cabin in the Woods were making fun of. If that makes sense, because it's so generic and stupid.
Yep.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Clown Town.
Clown Town.
Clown Town.
Right, we done?
Yeah.
Alright, that was the first episode of The Spinner of Scares. Tune in next time for whatever 3 movies we replace these with. Oh yeah, which one's the best out of the 3 watched? Bone Jangles?
Bone
Yeah.
Jangles.
Yeah, watch Bone Jangles. That's the takeaway from this video. Alright. Yeah, that was it. Alright. See you later on the next episode of The Spinner of Scares.
Pocket sand.
I don't know. But I think we owe it to ourselves and everyone else we lost that day to give it a shot.
I own this building and this business. If I want to carry a gun in it, I should legally be able to do so. And I want to honor in my way, not yours.
This is a very delicate situation, Miss Palace.
Burn this place to the fucking ground! Do you hear me?